Hey friends. All right, you are joining me for Pink Bootcamp Session 2 on like doing the facial, doing the party, doing what we do in Mary Kay, being beauty consultants. And I'm really excited for this one. And I want to kind of bust a few myths and then go into it. So we're going to do, if there's a title for this one, it's going to be called Why Party, Supplies and Setup, Do's and Don'ts. And then I'll tell you what the very first step is when people arrive at the party. And the next video should be your intro to the party, probably your intro and body. And then the last video of these mini sessions of Pink Bootcamp video 2 on partying would be the closing. Okay, so you open up a party, you do the party, whatever product it is, you close the party like a businesswoman, and it's fun. So let's start with why party. Okay, and this sounds so funny. I want to start off with the negatives, and then I want to go into the gloriousness. Okay, so the negative for me is you can't tell, or maybe you can, because you can tell maybe I have a lot of thought behind some things that I do. I'm really introverted. I love to be alone. For some reason, my kids and my husband have been like the only people that don't drain me after a while. I'll have to get alone if I'm with people for too long. Okay, so hilarious that I'm in Mary Kay for that. But I can dread being around people, and you might feel the same way. I'm sure a lot of women do. You can have some social anxieties. I literally have like fears before a party where I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna like me. I don't know if they're gonna be nice. I'm trying to think of my normal thoughts. Are they gonna just think I'm a salesperson? Are they not gonna actually see me as a human, and as a person, and as someone who really cares and wants to serve them and love them, whether or not they purchase anything? So there's some negatives, and you might not enjoy the process at first. So I want to say, when I'm first doing some facials and parties, I kind of have fun. I think what I like is like meeting new people and the banter and seeing different personalities and just that thing that happens when women are gathered around a table. I enjoy psychology is my background, so the study of human behavior. But it feels like a lot of work, like a lot of pouring out to people, and it can make me feel tired. But I want to say that the truth comes out after a little while of doing parties, where I feel like when I'm on like a party rampage, or I'm just doing a lot of parties and holding a lot of parties, that at some point I get to the point where I'm like, what else have I been doing in Mary Kay? This is so awesome, because I'm meeting people, I'm matching foundations, I'm delivering products, I'm getting referrals of some of their friends that wanted stuff. I'm having a second appointment with them, and I'm like constantly seeing people and meeting skincare needs and making a lot, So it might start out slow and like, oh, I just sold 100, or I sold 30, or I sold nothing, or this party canceled on me. And I'll tell you, I'm starting this like crazy party rampage right now, and I'm supposed to have one right now. She woke up, she said she had a flat tire this morning and couldn't fix it till after work and didn't know she'd make it in time. Plus 2 of her friends couldn't make it. So she said, should we reschedule? And I said, no, we'll see them at your second date that we have together. So anyways, when you get kind of through some of it and you realize that this is just part of this process. So I'm telling you some of the dread, not to make you dread it, but to know this part that comes right now. the next part that I experience is, what else have I been doing when right now I'm serving so many women in their beauty needs? I feel great helping them. I don't care when you're in the middle of it and a lot of stuff's happening and good money's starting to come in. I don't care what they think about me if I'm just the Mary Kay lady. I'm doing a lot of good work, helping a lot of people. Got new team members joining my team because I'm working at Full Circle. I'm having fun. I feel professional, and I'm doing the thing that we're supposed to do. I'm teaching skincare and color, and so I just want to tell you, it's humble. It's really sweet and humble what we do. We don't get a lot of credit for it. It's not really flashy, although we should probably wear our cute little beauty coats and look professional, you know, and always skirt and dress, by the way, if you didn't hear that in the last video. But it's really beautiful, and you'll see that as you go. And maybe with me, have that heart, because when you have that heart to just serve people, I always tell people at the beginning of the party, you don't have to buy anything, but you're going to want everything. To love on people, to get to know people. Mary Kay said, so write this down if you don't mind. Treat every woman like they have a sign around their neck that says, make me feel special. She did not say, make yourself amazingly awesome and everybody's going to join your team and be your customer. She said, make them feel special. She said, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And she said, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So this is the company that we're a part of. And the crazy thing is that when you do these humble things over and over and over, and don't let yourself believe any of the negative that you're just a Mary Kay lady, or just know, like, I'm doing my job and I'm serving women and God's going to bless me. Then this business was designed to have the highest paid women in America served by serving other women. And we get to serve them in this way in beauty, teaching skincare and color. And then Mary Kay said also, when you get a chance, I think this was actually Jan Betford from Lubbock, Texas. She said, some people might not darken the door of a church, but they will be at your skincare class. And when you have a chance at their face, you have a chance at their heart. And so you may or may not be Christian, but I want to tell you this, who I'm called to be. And if we're Christian, who we're called to be is out with people, serving them and loving them wherever they're at. And if they're not at church, maybe they'll come to your skincare class. Maybe they're at your job, at your work. So we get to, through Mary Kay, be the hands and feet of Jesus, be someone to listen to some women, be someone to gather some women. I had a girl at a party say, oh, I didn't know that like women were actually nice to each other. I've never had a good time with other women. And she's like a 25-year-old woman, you know, that hasn't experienced that yet. And I was the same way. I did not like other women. So maybe, just maybe, and it happens through a skincare class, just maybe you're going to change someone's life. Your life's going to be changed. I did not have women who were friends. And now I've got several on our team. I've got several who are from church, but are also customers. I've got several in Mary Kay who are sister sales directors or sister consultants that are my people. And if it wasn't for Mary Kay personally, I would not have hope. I would not have encouragement all the time. And so I love our culture, and I love what we get to bring to other people. It starts with a skincare class. So let's get to it. You guys ready? So why party? Ooh, let me say one more thing. I went to this one retreat and I asked Leo Carta, a national sales director, I'm like, why do you party? I'm like being really honest, like I dread doing parties. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I don't like, the anxiety of it was keeping me from just like doing it, you know? And she said, if I don't have parties, that's the vehicle to get to where I want to go. I don't get to put my kid in the school of our choice, and I don't get to buy the land that me and my husband are dreaming about buying. So she does it for her future. She knows that her dreams are paved with parties. So there you go, fun girl time. bless other women, let them be able to let down their walls and have some positivity in their life and get to know you. I'll say one more thing. After that, Leah Carta trip, I'm driving home and I talked about a lot. So I'm like, God, I don't want to do these parties. And he told me, and you can take that however you want to. He said, you have something inside of you that you need to share with other people. And so maybe it's Jesus. Maybe it's a life of restoration that he's done because I had drug addiction, depression, anxiety. Maybe it's some encouragement. Maybe it's some friendship. But I want to challenge you guys too, that it's not just me that has something to give to other people, that you have something inside of you in your friendship and your skills and your talents and your love and your ability to encourage people that other people need. Maybe, just maybe, God's calling you to go out and go to people's houses or invite people to your house and be a missionary in that way by just loving other people and sharing the gifts that he's put in you to somehow, I don't know how, bless their lives, encourage them. I can tell you there's a lot of stories of things that have happened. But there you go. Why party? There you go. Do we need to do anything else? I don't know. Here's the thing. We're going to start with supplies and setup. So let's start with supplies. First, you have your kit, okay? And let me just, I don't want to grab it yet. You have your kit. That is the main thing that you guys need. It has most everything in it that you'll see for this setup that I have over here, okay? What I would add to your kit, and if you do some kind of launch party with me, I probably give you a couple of products that I think you should add to the kit. Let me tell you a few Mary Kay things that I would add, okay? So from Mary Kay, make sure you get satin lips, okay? And that's something that I'm doing as a signing bonus when you do a party with me. Let me do a virtual kickoff party or some kind of party with you if you're in person with me. And also some kind of giveaways. You could totally give away, like, there's some cute candles at Dollar Tree right now. But I like hand cream, like a mini hand cream. Or a satin lip balm. That'd be like a $6 prize that they could get during the party. I've been doing a lot of charcoal mask at my virtual parties, but I might change that a tiny bit. For some reason, in person, I don't feel like I have to give away quite as much. Or that might be my big drawing for who all listened about the business and stuff or whatever. I don't know. I usually just do some drawings in person, but so let's write down satin lips would be great to add to your party for samples, and then you really should have most everything. Charcoal mask we have in our parties, and microdermabrasion, but I give you a mini microderm at your launch party. So charcoal mask, satin lips, microdermabrasion, mini satin hands, mini lip glosses are great. And I do a swag bag, so everybody who RSVPs, so actually know who's coming out their skin, and I've got their phone number. It's a text message from Leah Carta that told us, if you don't party, you don't get to have your dreams happen. She has little swag bags. So if they choose a color swag bag, she said she puts a color card in there and a mini mascara. So I have these little cute ones made. And then in the skincare swag bag, if someone chooses skincare, it's a hand cream, and she had a microdermabrasion sample. So I actually need to order those. I'm gonna write down mini hand micro sample. So I need to make more swag bags for that. I think that's all you'll buy from Mary Kay. Okay, so you've got a couple of products to really kind of enhance your kit. You get a lot of the other ones from me. You're welcome. All right, Dollar Tree. A couple things. I really like these mirror wipes, because if you don't have mirror wipes, you're setting up a facial, you're going to end up doing this instead and rubbing your booty on the mirror to get it clean. So mirror wipes, I think, would be good. Dollar Tree. So everything I'm about to tell you next is Dollar Tree. Then these clear bags, the little party bags that are clear, are Dollar Tree. Oh, you can't see it, but it's just, clear little bag, or not clear, whatever, bags to wrap your stuff. and some kind of cute ribbon. They even have tools sometimes. Like these are the best ribbons if they're like fluffy like that. Dollar Tree tool. Mary Kay said that you do not have to give lavish prizes when you're a director for your team or at your parties, that if you give something with love and it has some kind of like bow on it. She said if there was a dead frog inside of a box with tissue and paper, tissue paper and a big bow, that a woman would still want it. So it's really not the price, okay? But it's wrapping it cute and giving it with love and appreciation, okay? She didn't want us to have to give away, everything. All right, and then let's see, Dollar Tree pens. Everybody is going to have a mirror with a pen next to it to fill out their customer profile card. Hair bands. One idea, some people have pink hair bands for the normal to dry girls and purple hair bands for the combination to oily, normal to oily skinned girls, like the stripes on the back of our products that tell us what skin type. But you can just get whatever. Bobby pins are good if someone just needs, a little bit pinned back. Tickets. So there's these door prize tickets. Let me grab them really quick. Scoot down. Whoa. Okay. Door prize tickets. They look exactly like this at Dollar Tree. For $1, you get all of these. Or you can go to Walmart and get this big roll, which is like $8 to $12 or something. Or you can buy 3 of these and it'd be the equivalent. The Dollar Tree is my fave. And then go cotton balls. Just cotton balls to do eye makeup remover. And then let's see, one last thing from there, bubble mailers. It's like, so they're 50 cents each. The small, like the medium size and then the big size for when you have to ship products to people. That's just another like must have for me from Dollar Tree. Okay, so there's some supplies from Dollar Tree, a couple things I would get from Mary Kay. One more thing I like when it comes to the setup. So see down here, like my green, sorry. Let me move a couple things so you guys can see clearly. Put the applicators and put them in the middle right now. I have everything. Oh, sorry, one more thing from Dollar Tree. Spray bottle. So you can get little cups like the ones that you like, Dixie cups, like you can spit out, maybe brush your teeth. I don't know. Or you can get these water bottles for girls to get their face a little bit wet before they wash their face, so they don't have to get their hands wet. So water bottles. This one looks like Up and Up, so it looks like the Target brand. So just some water bottles. And these look like pink and purple, like the oily or dry skinned girl. Okay. Supplies and setup. Okay. A couple more things I added to purchase from Mary Kay. Little headband are the Skinvigorate brush. Very silly, but I like to give the hostess this brush to use because how else am I going to really talk about it? But if I hand it to her and get to say for a minute that it takes off 90 something percent more if you use a brush versus your fingers. And then I tell them, if you don't wash your face, brush your teeth with your fingers, why would you brush your face with your fingers? It takes off so much more. Anyways, she's talking about how much she likes it, and everybody's like, oh, but that's just a way to talk about that. So I let the hostess use that. You can totally use your own with a different little brush on it. I'll tell you, don't feel bad. For years, I used my samples, in my party ones too. Just as long as you're not like licking it, and then I've got an applicator. It sells charcoal mask on it from a party recently, but one of the applicators, you might just show one or let the hostess use one and let everybody else use their fingers or something. Might be good to add. And again, you don't have to have everything, perfectly. You can, that's just what I have. Okay. So supplies. Okay. Now let's look at some setup. Okay. So you guys are going to see that I have a mirror here. Ooh, a mirror. And then inside of it, Mary Kay gives us this plastic tray. You could just do the plastic tray if you want. You could actually not do the plastic tray. Sometimes I just will say, who's normal to dry? And I'll squirt it on their fingers. Who's combo to oily? And I'll squirt. But sometimes it's nice to have it ready. If you have good RSVPs, then it's nice to have it already squirted and ready. And Mary Kay gives us these now with these dry erase markers, or, you know, actually for this, I'd use a permanent one because mine's already coming off. But you can actually mark in there what they're trying. So they're not like, what is this one? So they're numbered on this tray. But then in here, it says 3D cleanser, microderm step 1, microderm step 2, charcoal mask, day solution, day cream, night cream, 3D eye cream, and then I've got satin lips and satin hands, and this could be their CC cream, by the way. That's how I've kind of always done it. That's the order that you will do them. I forgot this to tell you this supply. That's the order that you're going to do them on your sheet. So one more thing that you need, two more things that you need. You need to have your facial outline. So it's called 3-page facial outline because it was originally 2, 1, 2, but then we added a page and then we added the table clothes to it a little bit more, and then we added the individual clothes to it. So I think it's like 5, but we don't want to call it 5. So it might be called the 3-page facial forever, or just facial outline. Here's your facial outline, but it's very short and awesome. And you also want to have copies. I think I left them over there of your closing sheet. So write this down. We sell in sets. And you'll hear me say that a lot. That's what we do. We sell in sets. So in a second, we're going to say some do's and don'ts. One of your don'ts is not going to be, you're not going to put a catalog out thinking that that's going to help you. That's going to hurt you because someone that was thinking about buying a set is now thinking about just a lipstick. But what she really needed was good skincare, you know? So you're going to have one of these for everybody. You can print them out. Color really is best. It just looks better and they can see, you know, what they just tried and relate to it, remember it better if it's the right color. So maybe even laminate them. And if any of you guys happen to have, we have discounts with, I think it's like the FedEx Kinko's on MK Connections. But if you live in like the Lubbock area, we get 60% off. And I could even like make a big order for the team or something sometimes, but we get 60% off the printing and laminating. So it is like, it would be like $9 for 10 sheets of those. Just a really good price. I just know that because I just ordered some things from there. So anyways, you want your closing sheets, one for every person, better. And then if it's laminated, they can even like circle their wish list for when you sit down with them. All right, so setup, you've got your mirror. And then you also have, let me grab my bag again. I just kind of have the tickets out for me. I like to set up at the end of the table. And if you'll notice, it's set up in order that they're going to try it. Okay. So I told you I'll tell you in a second. They're going to start with satin hands. So that one's first. And then they're going to do eye makeup remover. And then they're going to do charcoal mask and microderm little supplements. And then they're going to finish the rest of the 3D set. Sorry, they're going to do cleanser first. So I put them in that order in case someone's trying to learn along with me, and they can see the order that we did everything. And I'll remind them that. So and satin lips at the end. So that's everything we try. I have 60 creams at the end because we're going to let them maybe try on the back of their hand in this skincare class. All right. So everybody has also a little card next to them. So you'll see mirror. Let me see if I can show you this better. Mirror. We can pretend this is a pen, okay? Everything I don't need back in my bag so it looks cute. Look at all my other little headbands. So I would give each person a little headband in front of them. Let me flash this to you in a second. You're not giving them the closing sheet with the prices. Bring my old closing sheet away from my old bag. You are just giving them a profile card and your beautiful face and one closing sheet to shop from, okay? So let me show you. Can you see? Okay, so we've got her stuff, maybe pen, headband, and a little name card. So Mary Kay kit comes with a little name card, and that was my girl that's supposed to come tonight. So there's it. That's it for 6 people. And then if you want to be like really easy and fast, sometimes I'll just put a mirror and a profile card and a pen for each person. And then at least when they come, they can start filling out their profile card. That's what I have them do first anyways, while I'm setting up and squirting and matching foundations and stuff. By the way, let me put that on the no. All right, so here we go. What else I can tell you? Setup. Does that help? I think it seems like really simple. I do give them their swag bag when they come, only if they come. Some people are like, she couldn't come, but she get her bag. Nope, she can come to the next one. So color or whatever swag bag. And that might be a good time in the intro, when you're getting to know them, to give them their little gift. All right. So here we go. Printouts, cloth. Oh, that's one more thing I do have right here normally. I'll have them out already. Let me tell you guys about this cloth, okay? So you probably will give everybody, I would give everybody a cotton ball, but I'm going to take it and squirt it with I makeup remover for them anyways, or you could let them do it. That might be good to like shake it for them and tell them it activates when you shake it, and then let them, it's in the presentation anyways, let them squirt it a little bit on both sides themselves. That might be good. So everybody's going to get a cotton ball and one of these. So let me show you guys this. If you want to save a little bit of cloth, there's lines down it where you can tear it down the middle. So I give everybody, you can go ahead and give them a wet one. I actually don't give it to them because I have found that they will start like washing their hands and their whole body with it before we even start. So I kind of confiscate them, and I have a bunch of them folded and wet and ready by me. And so I have my own pile of my stuff that I'm gonna, be using. What else do I want to show you guys? So mirror, cloth, labeled tray, your card, your profile card, and I'll tell them when they arrive, the left side's about you, the right side's about your skin. And I tell them it's kind of fun. I don't know if you guys know this, but right underneath it tells you what product that they might like based on their skincare needs. And then, yeah, the rest we'll go over with them during the party. So I just tell them how to fill it out. Let's see, some do's and don'ts, and then we're done, okay? I put, if they RSVP'd, have their name on the card. You can even have some of their info on this card already ready if they RSVP'd. But sometimes they just can't show up for some reason, so sometimes I wait a little bit. Here's your do's, okay? Your do for the party. Have fun. I have like lots of crazy stories, but I think Mary Kay was my only job, and I didn't believe I was supposed to try to get another job. I needed to see if Mary Kay worked or not. And if you guys know my story, I spent the next years after this getting very strong, independent, and always having a free car and paying off $20,000 worth of debt, and just paying all my bills and still doing a lot of cool things, single. So I didn't feel like I was supposed to get another job. I felt like I was supposed to see if Mary Kay, really worked. I was a new sales director. And I was on the floor of our studio, and I was like paid monthly for a studio for our team to get to, get training at. And I was on the floor of the bathroom because that was my like really humble way to pray, I guess, like desperation, probably very dirty, sorry. Sometimes that was like my getaway place and like pray, nervous, and I was like, God, what do I do? What do I say? Like, what do I say correctly so that they'll buy enough? And like, all my anxieties. And then all I felt like I heard was have fun. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Ah! And then just have fun. Okay. So what I did out of obedience, and this is Melissa and I were talking today, how she thinks I'm really like extroverted. It's probably because I learned to just have fun. And so I went in there and I had fun. And I didn't care, honestly, if they were going to have fun or not. I was going to have fun. And it made them have fun. They had fun and they laughed. And I said stuff that I probably reserved myself from saying before because it wasn't professional, like the nips to tip. And, some of the funny things that I say now, and I had fun. And they had fun, and they dropped their walls down, and they weren't afraid that they had to buy anything anymore. And they actually had fun, and then they tried it. And they decided that they liked it, and they didn't feel weird buying it for me, and they thought I was kind of cool, So it really solved all the problems. So I want you to write that down, and I want you to write it somewhere like on the top in really big. I'm gonna write it on mine too. On your facial outline. Have fun. That is gonna be the most important thing. The other do, but we're not gonna get to today, is gonna be close it. Nothing happens until you sell something, Mary Kay said. So you can have fun and you can serve and you can love, but you have to close it up. And you got to be a businesswoman and you got to ask the 3 closing questions to each person. Okay. But we'll get to that. I think that's the only do that I had. There's a lot more do's that we're going to go over, but that's it. The last one is the no-nos. Don't show a catalog. Pretend you left them at home. They're going to buy a lipstick or some eyeshadow that you don't have the actual color of that you're going to have to go try to find, instead of the skincare that you brought prepared for this party, or that you stocked up on knowing that you're going to focus on and sell this. And they probably really need the skincare and they probably were looking at the skincare, but because you brought out a catalog, and they chose to not do that. So that's just a thing that we just don't do. And we just don't have a catalog at the parties. And she could totally get one and be like, yeah, I'll get you one, but not then. Okay. And then don't show it all at once is what I did. What I said, don't show it all at once, because for me, if I do skincare and color, then what reason do I tell them they have to meet with me again to show them deeper skincare and deeper color? Sure. But it's a shorter party if you just do skincare, do a bedtime facial is what I call it, and tell them that their second date with you that they all get is to get to learn some color and makeup artist tips. So give them something to anticipate. They'll still would want to meet with you if they want to get free stuff and be a hostess. But and then the last one is no touch. Technically, we have a no touch policy in Mary Kay. So if you what I do is I ask them first if they don't mind if I'll touch them to like match their CC cream or something. Or really good place, by the way, since we're not doing the face anyways, is just do a little bit between where there's 2 different tones, dark to light. There is a good spot I like, or here or something might be good. But I think there's some no touch laws in different places. So Mary Kay asks us to not do that. So what they're getting, if you want to write this down, is a do-it-yourself anti-aging facial where they actually get to learn how to do it when they go home instead of being taught vaguely how to do it when they go to a counter somewhere. Okay, so I think that's what I want to stop with for now. How you're going to start your party when they arrive is they're going to fill out their profile card and then they're all going to get up and we're going to do satin hands together. So that's how your party starts. Yay, let's do our first treat to ourselves, satin hands, and let me get to know you while we get started. See you guys for the next one.